for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right.
And his performance wins Michael his second Academy Award.
I'd like to dedicate this award to my parents and step-parents, and in particular to my father for helping a son step out of the shadow. I'll be eternally grateful to you, Dad, for that.
More films of sexual misadventure follow, including Basic Instinct and Disclosure. And when, amid rumors he's a sex addict, Michael admits himself into a hospital, life seems to imitate art.
He was a workaholic, so he was exhausted. He was, I'm sure, strung out to a certain extent and wanted to change his life, but it was not because of a sexual addiction. That was just a much sexier story.
Rather than dwelling on rumors, Michael focuses on finding personal happiness. After 18 years of marriage, he permanently separates from his wife, Deandra. She files for divorce. But romance is about to hit Douglas's life again, both on screen and off.
I don't know how you do it.
It's Arthur Murray, 6 lessons.
Off-screen, the chemistry comes when he pairs up with a Welsh beauty, actress Catherine Zeta-Jones. By the fall of 1999, reporters are speculating on whether or not he and Jones will tie the knot. The couple does get engaged on New Year's Eve, and by spring, Douglas and Zeta-Jones announce they have a baby on the way. At 56, Douglas is about to become a father for the second time.
You know, we're having a child together, and I'm taking a good look at my father's genes, my mother's genes, and I plan on being around for a long time, so I think it'll be good.
Dylan Michael Douglas is born on August 8th, 2000, and on November 18th, New York City seems to stand still for a moment as Michael and Catherine get married in a lavish, star-studded Plaza Hotel ceremony that many say is fit for royalty. Their infant son is in attendance, and Michael's 22-year-old son from his first marriage, Cameron, serves as best man. Fans will soon be seeing more of the newlyweds. They're starring together in a new movie, Traffic.
The thing I can tell you with reasonable certainty is that Michael Douglas, as a force in Hollywood, as an actor, as a producer, as a political activist, is going to be around for a long, long time.
Trust your instincts, and you go with it. It's like falling in love. It's not something that happens that often, and it's something to really nurture and cultivate and not be afraid of.
Here's a pop quiz about a pop star who got their start as a Mouseketeer. Who is it? The answer's next as the class of 2000 continues.
Welcome back, everyone, and in case you hadn't guessed, our next headliner is the sultry pop diva who, at just 15 years old, turned heads on the Mickey Mouse Club. Now she's doing it full-time to several generations, both parents and their kids, as an award-winning multi-platinum musician. She is, of course, Britney Spears. Ladies and gentlemen, Britney Spears.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know?
Teen dream Britney Spears is no longer just the queen of bubblegum. With just 2 albums to her name, she's breaking records, sales topping the 30 million mark. And this year, Britney Spears is selling Sex Appeal, pure and simple.
She's sexy and I like it.
I actually believe she can single-handedly bring half the teenage boys in this country through puberty.
Gone are the pigtails and knee-highs, and this year, Britney's been hearing some harsh words about her sexed-up image.
It scandalized some people that she went more overtly sexy this year.
The prepubescent from Louisiana made her start as a Mouseketeer at 11 years old. Then, at 15, she signed a deal with Jive Records, the company that turned out the Britney Spears we see strutting her stuff today. And while her appeal has never been strictly about her voice, This year, she's been accused of lip-syncing her shows and artificially enhancing her anatomy.
I don't think that she could have gone back and made another video in a schoolgirl outfit in a high school cafeteria.
According to the teenager, the truth is her nubile body is due to a recent growth spurt.
Oh yeah, the one about my boobs being fake. That is just ridiculous. I mean, come on. I'm 18 and I'm still growing, you know?
The teen marketing dream takes full advantage of the hype. According to some, mixing it up is the best move.
You've got this huge platform, sold millions and millions of records, but is she smart enough and are the people around her smart enough to find ways to change and grow?
Britney is reportedly looking at movie deals, TV appearances, and of course, more music.
Drew Barrymore has been busy giving new life to her career. The girl who first won our hearts in E.T. inherited the classic Barrymore stage presence, but she also inherited something else, a high risk of self-destruction. Now she's staging a classic Hollywood comeback.
From America's Angel to one of Charlie's Angels, Drew Barrymore has surpassed all the expectations of her legendary family name. And with all the ups and downs, no one can deny she's come out on top.
This is a baby.
Drew Barrymore begins her career in front of the camera before her first birthday. After appearing in several commercials,
Why me?
Drew's big break comes in 1981 while auditioning for director Steven Spielberg's upcoming movie, E.T.
And she kept making up stories, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger and wilder, and she just blew me away. I mean, there was no second choice.
E.T. becomes the highest grossing film to date. It's a hit, and so is Drew.
People were running up to her, she was being mobbed, everybody knew who she was.
There weren't the normal rules and lines drawn that parents and children have.
For Drew, things get out of hand. As art imitates life, by the age of 9, she takes her first drink. By 10, she smokes her first joint. And by 12, she's experimenting with cocaine.
She was just wanting to be like the adults. She saw everybody else drinking, so she wanted to drink.
After hitting rock bottom, Drew enters a rehab clinic in Van Nuys, California, and cleans up her act, but not before slitting her wrists in a half-hearted suicide attempt. In 1991, she publishes her memoirs, Little Girl Lost, and shares her story with the world.
She came out with her own book to not refute, but to give her own side of the story.
At only 15, Drew is starting to rebuild her career and her life, but years of bad publicity scare off Hollywood.
People saw her as a junkie, a drug addict, a drinker, someone who had problems. Nobody wanted anything to do with her.
I always wanted to say to them, wait, I'm too ambitious. In 2 years, you're going to be asking me to come in here. I know it.
Drew's persistence pays off when she lands a much-talked-about role in the movie Scream.
She took a cameo in Scream, and it elevated her even more.
And as if she isn't busy enough, Drew still finds time to launch her own production company, Flower Films.
Hi, Jason. It's Lindsay calling from Drew Barrymore's office.
Drew's hard work pays off when she's offered the chance to produce and star in one of the year's biggest blockbusters, a remake of the 1970s girl power series, Charlie's Angels.
She loved Charlie's Angels. She loved the show.
I loved getting to play a character that was as cool. She is so cool.
Drew's character may be cool, but on the set, things start to heat up when she begins dating her co-star, Tom Green.
I wanted to ask him on a date so bad, but I just thought, what if that makes him uncomfortable and I've asked him to do this film? That would be horrible.
Drew's on-screen one-night stand turns into a lifelong commitment. By the movie's release, the two are engaged, and Drew powers Charlie's Angels to the top of the box office, raking in over $100 million.
Oh, I really love my life. I feel like I'm blessed. From the day I was born until this day, everything has gone a certain way that has made me such a happy person.
you haven't guessed who's the headliner at the top of the class of 2000, here's a